Love, man, that's what I went there on love, and I thought the brother was my brother. I really did. I thought Wack was my folks. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. And so for me, I'm just grateful I walked out there with my life, and I'm grateful to have you, Rock, to be able to put on this platform so you can understand and see I'm not who they trying to make me out to be. Well, I really got love out here.
Spooky Puss back with another video. Happy New Year's, guys. Hope everybody enjoy. But y'all, this is a video of Wack 100, Loose Cannon jumping Jay Reed outside of No Jumper Studios. And Jay Reed is very hurt about it and saying he is about to file a lawsuit to No Jumper. Y'all, take a look.
You know, that's just out of line. That's a false narrative, and I don't want y'all to believe that. I don't want y'all to think I'm somebody that just reckless like that and walking out there and coming up on somebody's property not doing what I'm doing. I was called for some business. I was there to handle my business, bring two companies together, which is 100 ENT and Dodge Network together. That's what I was there for.
Okay. So when you get there, you guys pull up. Was you guys inside the building prior to the thing that to the altercation that we seen online, or was you guys met in the parking lot or wherever you guys was met at? Tell us what happened, or tell us, because the people want to know. This ain't something that I want on the people.
Check it out, right? What makes it so crazy is I get the call. It's on the 26th. Let's get the call. I get the call from Canada. We supposed to be at No Jump at 4:30. Ironically, you know, I'm in a different area, so it's gonna take me a little time to get there. So as I'm approaching, you know, I'm getting a call from Luce County. Are you close? Are you there? Are you there? So I'm like, man, I'll be there in a second. You know what I mean? I'm coming from a different area. So as I'm saying that, I'm telling you, we get there, we pull up. I'm asked to be there. I'm asked to wait outside for a second. I guess the show was over. So I introduced myself to Adam. As Jay Reed. Came back to me. We shook hands. We sat right there and our video recorded. Adam know who I am. I'm trying to understand how we in this situation. Well, I'm gonna get to that in a second. But let me go ahead and say this, man. I walked into the building. You see what I'm saying? Because for a second, I'm outside, but I'm thinking, man, this is my boy right here. Why do I need to be outside? Let me go up inside and introduce myself. You know, to make sure everybody up in there is straight. As I'm coming in, man, I see Luce. I see Wack right in front of me. But at the same time, I do see 15 gentlemen there. It don't throw me off because as a black man, I'm not scared. I walk in because I'm handling business. There's no reason for me to be a threat to anybody. As you can see, I don't have nothing on me. I'm not armed up. It's just me and my partner who also do things for the community. This man is right here is an advocate for where he come from. This man did several moons, you understand, under that calendar. That man is a leader in his community. He's out there reaching out to others, and he don't do nothing but preach positive up in there. So that's why I brought that gentleman around, so they can show that, I mean, for anybody that see how I move around, man, I do those things to throw no threat. So we walk in the building, I meet Luce Cannon, and I shake his hand, and I see Wack right there, and as we conversing, you know, they just decide to say, let's go outside. I don't know for what reason. I thought it was just me and Wack at the time gonna be walking out, you know, because we had some business to attend to when it came to Dodge Network. So we get to walking outside as we speaking, you know, as we get to speaking, you know, I'm looking at Luce Cannon because I'm trying to figure out, you know, what's the motive of me being in this situation. So Luce Cannon gets to talking about the spreadsheet that they want to see from Mozzie about the Dodge Network. Now, this is something we've been going back and forth about for the last few months. And, you know, this is me trying to learn how to get up into the network game as opposed to me dealing with the music game. You know, so I'm learning about the subscribers. So we were stuck on, so Luce Cannon gets to talking about the spreadsheet that they want to see from Mozzie about the Dodge Network. Now, this is something we've been going back and forth about for the last few months. And, you know, this is me trying to learn how to get up into the network game as opposed to me dealing with the music game. You know, so I'm learning about the subscribers. So we were stuck on the issue about 80,000 subscribers that Dodge Network has. So it was an issue, it was a situation upon seeing the spreadsheet. Now, we wanted to see the spreadsheet because we wanted to see how these 80K followers are still there on this site. Now, me bringing the situation of hand, I'm the front runner, I'm the connection. So I don't feel no type of way about me being there because this is business. So as me and Luce begin to speak, he says, hey, Jay Reed, See, this is where we have a situation where we need to see the spreadsheet for the network. As he began to say that, he calls Wack over there, and Wack begins to speak. Wack gets to showing me like, hey, man, this is not what we're asking for. We need to go ahead and get that out. And as I get to looking, man, it just, and Rock, when I tell you this, man, it throws me all off guard because I wasn't aware at all. Next thing you know, I'm getting punched up in the face, and it just goes crazy at that point, as y'all can see. Just totally threw me off guard, man, because I'm thinking in my head, this is my brother. This is somebody I talk to and I converse with weekly. Hit him with the top of the AM, and if anybody know me, I hit everybody the same way. Top of the AM, he hits back. Grand Rising, King, he do the same thing. We go back. We got love for each other. At this point, I'm thinking. So that's why I'm threw off. I'm not throwing no punches, my hands in my pocket. And what gets me is that, they play all day in this situation. They got this, they got this white situation, this white man that's going around and calling them B words and playing with their oodles and noodles and stuff like that. And, ain't nothing happening to them.
Wait. You're not going to just pat. What is oodles or noodles? Because a lot of people out there don't know what oodles, noodles. What is oodles and noodles?
Man, I'm talking about playing with the ones and twos, man. I'm talking about, I guess we talking about your Peter, your butter. I don't know what nobody, but we don't play games like that. So we don't do the sex play games. And anybody that's into that, all fine with me, man. Just go ahead and do your thing. But what I'm saying is, as we Africans and brothers, man, I would think that, man, we would have had a lot more compassion, knowing the things that I do in the community. I'm not here to cause no ruckus. I don't want to be on nobody's front page. But since we here, I got to get this out because it's more important to me that I have to do this for my kids and for my family. You know what I mean? For my kids to wake up and my mom see this and, my family members seeing this, it's tragic. It's a tragedy. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to wake up and be viral for this type of mess. And unfortunately, it happened at No Jumper. And that's the thing that get me, because I'm trying to think like, man, where's the safety that come in at it? People probably wondering like, what happens next? Hey, all I could say is this, man. You got to stay tuned because I've been told not to talk about certain situations. And, that's just from a legal perspective. Maybe, maybe I shouldn't do. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you what. These type of things just can't be allowed. Man, I was looking for a little bit more help. You know what I mean? A little bit, more safety when it comes around there, man. I'm just confused of how I even went down, Rock.
Not to cut you off, I want to ask you this. In the midst of all this happened, you did say that Adam was there, right?
Man, I shook Adam's hand as he's walking out the door. Correct.
As he's walking out the door, is he leaving or is he there as this going on? Because this is what I want to know. Was this after hours? Because it seemed like you guys was out there. It seemed like it was late, like it was after hours. I don't know what time they closed up there, but was security there? So you basically saying that when you got into this altercation, you got no help from the security. Is that correct?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say what was Adam there. I'm gonna tell you right now. After I done got hit, man, I don't know who was there. I just know at that point in time, it's about making sure I get home to my kids, man. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be a tough guy. I never played to be, but I just do. Knowing those type of situations, because I didn't even know if the people that was behind them was security. So you see what I'm saying? So I'm really oblivious to the whole situation. When I'm telling you I walked into a lion's den and didn't know I was about to get ate like that, man, it was a cold situation. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't wish that up on nobody. And the thing about, I want to get this straight. And I want to say this with much respect. Understand what I'm saying? I don't know Harry O, bro. Please do not tie me to that or any situation that has gone. I do not know Harry O respectfully. All respect to that man. All respect to that man. What he's been through. I don't know that man from a can of paint. I'm gonna just be real with you.
Yeah, because there was allegations that you guys are part of Harry O's security team. I seen that online as well.
Right. Now, wait, hold on. Right. Security team.
Yeah, they say that.
Man, have you seen how tall I am, Rock?
Right.
Come on, man. Yeah. Man, I'm 5'7", man. I weigh about $160.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted, man. Look, I can't go with that narrative.
Okay. So who was your friend, man? Tell us more about this guy. They say he's a preacher. And also I heard you guys got stripped down naked out there. So I don't know if that's true. So
the gentleman I was with is an older gentleman of mine, is a mentor, somebody I look up to. He's out there in the IE area. He's does a lot in the community. What he does, he mentors to the youth. Somebody that I looked up to. You know what I mean? I thought it would be a good asset to bring around. You know what I mean? For good situations, good talking. You know what I mean? To not even play a part in the politics and games, stuff like that. He could bring, like I try to tell people, the IE is the biggest county in the world. You know what I mean? For people that don't know, when it comes to this business and this game, dealing with music, man, we talking about a place that's untouched. So when I try to reach my hand out, I try to reach my hand out and give love in that respect all kind of ways. So that's why he was here with me. He wasn't here, and he was actually there just to look how I converse and how I do business. He wasn't there for no other than the sort. And unfortunately, dealing with that situation, man, I didn't see the video all that well, but I've heard just what you heard. And, it was a terrible situation on that. Did I get stripped? I think they took off my jacket and my, the jewelry and stuff like that, things that could be replaced. I'm not, even when we talking about him in that situation, man, all those things could be replaced. You know what I mean? One thing you can't replace is a person's life. You know what I mean? And that situation right there was one of those that many people do not make it out of. Let me say that clear. Being in California, being in Los Angeles, gang capital of the world, at a place where, is known, as they say, no jumper. Man, that's crazy as that title say, huh? No jumper, huh? Them niggas got the jumping, huh?
Right.
I'm just saying, that's crazy.
Yeah, man, I couldn't imagine being in the situation, and I know everybody, man. I know all you guys, man, and I couldn't believe what I seen on the internet, for one. And it looked like when all this was happening, it seemed like Wack backed up from the situation, like he didn't know what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that?
Man, growing up in the streets, I've never heard of something happening like that and don't nobody know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're somebody, as we call the head. If I take somebody out with me, man, I got to be in control of those men that's right there. You know what I'm saying? I can't allow nobody to jeopardize not my situation, but not only them, harm somebody or that's with them. So for me, I don't want to throw allegations out there, man. I'm not here to say that. You know what I'm saying? What it look like to you on camera? I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not in that position to say. All I know is, I'm there to conduct some business. I'm looking on the phone, and this is what happened. So, I'm
gonna keep it 100. When I seen it, me being on YouTube, doing content, watching other content creators, you do see a lot of this stuff seem like it could be a play. And everybody was saying that this is a play. They were saying it was some homeless guys that walked up to this was all that was speculation, right? Yeah. So this is what I want to get to. Was it a play, man? Was this something that you guys put together? You saying it wasn't a play, right? That's what you're saying?
For one, I don't know no human being that plays like this. This is not a type of game to where, I want to be involved in. I'm 50 years old. I have no time for games. For somebody to even think this is a game, this is serious. It's to the point to where, growing up in this culture, man, this is, we talk about jumping on each other. We trying to stop that. And, it's crazy because I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. I respected Wack to the fullest, bro. Not saying I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from the street, so I understand the situation, however it may be. But we don't do people like that, man. You know what I'm saying? If you got a problem with a situation, hash it out the right way. You know what I mean? So do I feel like, it's a play? Man, I don't play like that. That's not how I play at all.
There's also speculations, because when it happened, bro, and I seen the video, I did my content like I said earlier.
Right.
I got a call. Matter of fact, I didn't get a call. Let me take that back. I was watching another guy on YouTube. And when they said the name, too many people don't have that name.
Correct.
And when I heard the name, I'm like, could that be the Jay Reed that I know?
Right.
So I put in the comments, hey, was that the homie from such and such? And they was like, no, they was non-affiliate. They didn't gangbang. I left it at that.
Correct.
So what I did next, I went to your Instagram page. I went to your Instagram page. I seen that you had posted something in your story. And what you posted in your story indicated to me that it could be a possibility that that was you.
Okay.
So I reached out to you and I had the phone call with you. And when I told you in the phone call, I said, hey, man, when you broke it down to him, you was like, Rock, what you would have did? I said, well, I would have, I would have did something if it was me. I can't speak on nobody else. I would have went back and handled my business if it was me, right?
Right.
But that ain't gonna get us nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you went and thought about it. I called Wack and I said, hey, man, I talked to the homie. But I texted him. I said, that was the homie from Wooty Woo Woo that y'all, that happened to. And he was like, that's Luce homie. That's Luce partner. So when he said that, I'm like, oh, they know each other.
Correct.
So once I found out you guys knew each other, I said, this don't have nothing to do with no gang stuff. This, this is something that between these two
It's all
dudes.
business.
So I said, I told him, man, I said, I hollered at Reed, man, and you ain't got to worry about him suing because I told him, man, I wouldn't go that route if it was me. You know what I'm saying? But I can't dictate or tell somebody how to handle their business or how they do. I said if it was me. So are you going to sue? That's what everybody is saying on the internet. It's a lawsuit. I seen a couple of guys talking about it.
Well, Rod,
Can you speak on that?
There's some things I just can't speak up on, man. You know what I mean? Just due to, I didn't ask for this, man. I didn't, one thing that gets me, the recording of a video of a fight, then put it on a global stage. I don't know what people do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what results you expected to happen out of that. You know what I'm saying? It's not just me that's here. I have family, I have children, I have a whole community that know exactly who I am. And that's the reason why I roam around the way I do. You know what I mean? I'm not here to cause no threat to nobody, man. If anybody know me, I'm always on some positive note. If you know me, man, I'm 50 years old. Let's not get that mistaken. I'm not a child. So when I move around accordingly. Man, Rock, we've been friends for years. I mean,
yeah.
we ain't gotta discuss that part. So, but what I'm saying is that, at this point, man, it's out of my hands. Just what I want everybody to know. I didn't put the video up. I'm not asking for no problems. Y'all would have never heard nothing from me if that video wouldn't have been up.
So basically, the video is what you have a problem with. If they wouldn't have put the video out, you would have dusted off, went home, shook it off, and just. I
don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. But what I will say is that, sometimes people do things in life thinking that's gonna get them somewhere, and sometimes. In this situation, I'm gonna just say like this. Some things you do, you might think it's funny, but I'm pretty sure you're sitting there thinking, now, it ain't that funny. Because it's a higher power, man. I believe in a higher power. You feel what I'm saying? And God don't play about his kids. We're gonna start there.
Why do you think it's cool for other black men, especially at our age? Everybody is well in their 40s or close to 40s, and such as yourself, 50.
Correct.
Why do you think it's cool for us to turn on each other as fast as we do, attack each other as fast as we do, but we got the white guy that's sitting up in there, like you say, sex playing brothers left and right from different states, coast to coast. They come up in there, he sex play them, he calls them sassy bees, and we done seen him call some of the toughest and roughest gangsters play with him. But when it comes to guys in that building doing something to him, they don't flinch. You think it's because of the security? Because couldn't no security stop me and none of my folks if we was up in there and he sex played me. And we jumping over that table quick, fast, and everybody up in there gonna get their issue, point blank, period. Like that's how we think. But why do you think we turn on each other as fast as we do? Because a lot of people seeing that video, I couldn't believe it for one. I couldn't believe, I said, oh no, what is this? Shit. I thought it was a play.
I couldn't believe it. I'm up in it. But for me to go ahead on and elaborate on what you said, Rock, I don't know why they let the white man do us like that. And, sit up there. Maybe I think, because when I get to looking at this, there is no moral to what happened. You don't see no argument. There is no argument. I don't do the arguing. You know how we do that. There's no such thing as arguing, especially as a man. There's no point for me to argue. So for me to be put in that situation, I was totally thrown off guard. And it's just crazy. And I think it's like a money play because once you put the video up, what was the purpose of putting the video up? It has to be for views, right? So I'm new to this, so I would think that it helps you get the subscribers or the clicks so your money is right. So when people get to playing with the white man and he get to tell his jokes because his bag is big. And people feel like they need to tiptoe and dance around that to make sure they money right. And I get it, we gotta pay bills. But it's about things, it's about, morals over money is where I come from.
Well, this is what I heard too. This is what I heard. Let's get down to the business, man.
Let's go.
I heard that, I don't know if it's you, the Mozzie guy, or the Travis Ford guy that you spoke on.
Right.
It was issues that they had with those guys.
Correct.
I was under the impression that one of those guys was supposed to show up instead of you.
Right.
But instead, you showed up. And word is, they had an issue with those guys over disrespecting those guys.
Correct.
So since they couldn't get them, they felt like whoever was close to them was going to get whatever the other person had coming.
Yeah, that's interesting that you said that, right? Because I don't have no knowledge of that. But I do have some knowledge of maybe some disagreements happening between some two individuals. But that's neither here nor there.
Oh, see. Now we get into it. So,
yeah.
so you did know about the issue that was with the other guys in Luce and Wack.
Yeah, kind of like third party though, because usually when we converse, we all on a conference call together. Now, what happens when I'm off a conference call? I don't know. It becomes he said, she said to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't indulge in that. Not only that, there are rules and politics that play the game. And for me, I'm gonna let you know offhand.
Right.
No matter, I have no issues with nobody from neighborhood, nobody from gangster, no blood, none of that.
Right.
You know me, I welcome everybody. So that's not even the issue. So I don't know what so we can call it what it is. I don't know what Luce Cannon and Travis Ford had going on in the background. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just keep that a buck. I never had an issue. Wack 100 or Luce Cannon has never said anything to me that was disrespectful of any sort.
But there is a saying, if you rock with them, then you with them, right?
Okay.
So do you feel like by you having the connection with Travis Ford and they having that issue with Luce and Wack, that's the reason why this might have took place? Because that could be a possible, this happens in the streets. We can't get him, so we gonna get his homie. You see what I'm saying?
That's fine and dandy if that's the thing, but I would think of it, I've known Luce Cannon since he was 18. So I just kind of
Tell us about that, man. How did you, you said you've been knowing him since you was 18. Give us a past history, a relationship, some of the things that you guys got into. How did you meet and how far this history is a consistent basis of friendship? The people want to know, let them know what's going on with you and Luce.
Well, to keep it a buck, you know what I mean? So we could say friendship. I'm gonna keep it all the way real. And so when we doing this, he met at the time when I was I was doing some time. I was on my way to go do a bid. So this had to be like 2007, 2008, something like that. I had the opportunity to meet this gentleman. And so if you take it back, so it had to be 2007. He's 31 now, right? So you take that about then, right? So make sure I'm accurate, because somebody says that he didn't know me from. I didn't say prison. I knew him from prison. I know him from the county jail in Adelanto, California. Now, if anybody know where Adelanto, California is, I believe that's in the IE, right?
Right.
Okay. So yeah. So what made me and Luce Cannon cool? We was cellies. And
at what prison? Because I know I was locked up with you in. We was locked up like 2000.
2010,
somewhere
yeah,
around
we
there.
like a couple of times. But if I'm not mistaken, 2007. So this was when I was dealing with the situation before I even hit the yard. You see what I'm saying? So this was 2007. So he was in Adelanto, and this is how I met him. And
county jail, not prison.
County jail, yeah, correct. Because out there, you go to West Valley. You either go to West Valley, Adelanto, or you go to I think it's another one. It's another one. But one of those type of things. And that's how I met the gentleman. And it used to be ironic because, the guy is a character.
So how was it? Yeah, we know he's funny.
You know what I'm saying? He's been the same way the whole time, man. You know what I mean? So, and the thing that got me was about the canon. And if you notice, when I talked to Luce, That's what I call say Cannon. Because there was discrepancy about, man, that ain't you, bro. Stop playing. You ain't that producer, Luce, that say Cannon. Because if I'm not mistaken, that Cannon is from a whole different area of the world, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, we are, you know, in jail where we say you can be whoever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with that, man. You go ahead and do your thing, brother.
Right. So in jail, was he? You said he was always the same way. We see him on the internet. They say he was one of Big U's enforcers, right? So was he? Did he have that same attitude, demeanor when he was incarcerated?
Nah, man. You know, he was more of a comedian, I thought. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I don't know it to that extent, but I'm gonna tell you what, man. Your boy, you know,
Well, if you've been knowing him since he was 18, you should know, you know, what type of character he is.
But, you know, from that standpoint, I never seen no squabbles up in there. He never put no hands on nobody. You know, I ain't gonna lie to you. We sat there and rapped all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we busted freestyles, you know. But the reason why I'm saying it like that, because at that time, he ended up going home. I ended up going and do my time. So my next time seeing Cannon was downtown when we was dealing with some more individuals that we know. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I was already on the conversation.
What tape you talking about?
You know, there's a recording on Luce Cannon's phone. It's me.
Well, you ain't got to say.
Yeah, I don't want to say no on that. You know what I mean? But there's a conversation, and you can hear my name spoken, Jay Reed. And we even talk about how we met prior to this.
So how old is this tape you talking about?
Man, if I'm not mistaken, this tape is less than 2 months ago.
Okay. Okay, so you guys met downtown.
No, that's where I ran into him the second time. You know, after I did my time out the pen, you know what I'm saying, got back out, I ended up running into him on a situation where he was doing something, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, handling some business per se. And I end up, you know, in a situation to where, you know, we ran into each other and something was happening. Right. And you know what I'm saying? And at this point, I could say, okay, yeah, that's what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And the question was asked, was I here to help somebody else that was there? And my response was no. Right. Not here to help. I'm not here to, you know, protect nobody. I'm just here to look out for the homie. And, you know, as we being homies and me being homies right here, I was always cool. I was always neutral, brother.
Right. So where are you? Have you guys had any conversations after this incident at No Jumper? Have you got on the phone with any of these guys, try to resolve any issues that you might wanted to clear up with them, ask them, what was this about? Did you have any later interactions with these guys? It's
like, you know, for me, it's not even for me having the question. My family and my kids have the question. You know what I mean? My mentors, the people I go out here and grind out here and clean up the community with, want the answers. Like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? There's no story you could tell to make anybody around me or around you that know me will believe that story that they telling. It's just not gonna happen. You could dig up, I don't care what you do. I have never been in a situation and never came off of the sort. I mean, of the sort came off in any way like that. So, you know what I mean? That right there, just a bad situation for them and they downfall, brother.
So waking up the next day, getting a call from your family, or whenever time they found out.
Right.
How did that conversation go when your kids? I heard you mention your kids and your mom. How did that conversation go when they got at you about the situation?
You know, tell you like, you know, it was rough. You know, being a man that's been through a lot of things, you know, been through the penitentiary and stuff like that, it's like, you know, you would never expect the people that you know, been on that yard with the black brother, your brothers you've been around and got their back would come out here and, you know, kind of like, you know, put you in a situation like that. So it was hard for me to go ahead and, you know, converse to my mom, you know what I mean, and tell her, you know, that I was gonna be all right, because I'm gonna tell you how it really is. I didn't think I was gonna make it out that night. And hold on. You know, if anybody been in a situation like that, man, y'all know, you know, every day ain't promised, bro. So I do this stuff for my homies. I do this stuff for my family, my kids. And so for a person to come at me like that, bro, is just something I don't want for nobody. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I ain't up here joking for nobody. I'm telling you a real situation, brother. You know, this ain't what I wanted. This ain't what I expected from anybody. When I tell you I went there on love, man, that's what I went there on love. And I thought the brother was my brother. I really did. I thought Wack was my folks. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. And so for me, I'm just grateful I walked out there with my life, and I'm grateful to have you, Rock, to be able to put on this platform so you can understand and see I'm not who they trying to make me out to be, bro. I really got love out here for these streets. This ain't what I wanted, and this ain't what I expected from anybody. When I tell you I went there on love, man, that's what I went there on love. And I thought the brother was my brother. I really did. I thought Wack was my folks. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. And so for me, I'm just grateful I walked out there with my life, and I'm grateful to have you, Rock, to be able to put on this platform so you can understand and see. Brother, just believe that I'm happy to be alive today.
Well, let me explain something to you, man. These streets don't love nobody. These streets never loved nobody. So it always be the closest ones to you be the first ones to do you. I hate that you had to go through this, bruh. I hate that your kids, your mom, them had to, get at you about this, man. I don't want you to feel like less than a person or less than a man because, we all shed tears, man. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing with a man shedding tears, how the way he feel. I hope that these guys can find in their heart to forgive themselves. I hope that you can find in your heart to forgive them as well. When you called me that night, man, I'm glad that you didn't take it upon yourself to go do any harm up there because I know that was the mind frame.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We talked about, I'm like, nah, this cool down, give them a call, man, and see what y'all can come up with. I hate that this happened to you, bruh. And for any black man that's watching this, man, show some compassion and some love for your fellow brother, man, because it's already hard out here. We already everybody against us, man. So we don't stand up for each other, man, and we continue to do stuff like this, man, and it's on the internet for people to see. It make us look bad, bruh. It make us look bad. We got other races. We got other races looking at it. They doing content about it, and it doesn't make us look respected at all, man. As long as they see us keep disrespecting each other, killing each other, fighting each other, that's why the police do us how they do us, man. Nobody is gonna ever care for us and show love for us if we continue to do each other like that, man.
And I'm gonna be honest to you, Rock. I ain't got no love lost for them dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to say it like that as a black man, I ain't gonna tell you whatever, because I'm not the one that has to. I'm not the one that gives the final answers, brother. Just leave it like that. I put all my trust in God. So whichever way God want me to walk, that's the way I'm gonna walk. You know what I'm saying? And man, I just want to say thank you again for having me here, man.
Y'all, they did this man wrong, and I believe everywhere he's saying, because Luce Cannon is making videos trying to say it was something different than what Jay Reed is saying it is, and then No Jumper is trying to say that he wasn't there when it happened, but this man said he shook his hand and everything, and that he was there right before everything popped off. But if he left, it was during the time when he was knocked out, passed out or whatever. But this is so messed up. Y'all look.
Right. Right here, nigga. Watch out, cuz. Let me go. Shut up, nigga. Shut up. Go sleep, nigga. Go sleep, nigga. Go sleep, nigga. Take it off, nigga. Everything. Right now, nigga. Bitch ass, nigga. Fuck y'all nigga. Take it off, nigga. Grip. Take it off me, nigga. Take it off. Hey, y'all pat his pockets? Everything, nigga. Like everything, nigga. Right now. Take everything off, nigga. Take it off. Come on. Right now, nigga. Right now, nigga. Take it off, nigga. Take it off. What's going on? What's going on? Take it off, look. Take it off. Nigga, like nigga, you bust, nigga.
I'll be in, nigga. Where the car at?
Get up, nigga. Get up, nigga. Get your bitch ass up, nigga.
So that's what Jay Ree had to say, and that's the video, y'all. I feel like it's very messed up that they would do that to that man, and it was only supposed to be about business. And like he said, like they let No Jumper talk to them any kind of way and things like that as a white man, but then y'all want to go and attack a black man. For what reason, we still don't know. But from what Jay Reed is saying, they just didn't like the business situation that was going on and him asking questions and stuff like that. But Luce Cannon is trying to make it seem another way. But on another note, Adam 22 is acting like he's not worried about a possible lawsuit and all these things. But I could tell he's a little worried. Like, you be having these people come up here, these gang members and all of this stuff on your platform as if that's the type of lifestyle you're with and that you live. And then when something like this happens, you hurry up and pretend like you wasn't nowhere around when it happened. But I feel like he be condoning the bullcrap. He condoned the violence and everything. Y'all watch this video.
No Jumper's in trouble. People are saying No Jumper's getting sued. No Jumper's about to be down the drains. No Jumper's future is in jeopardy. A lot of people really, really happy to be able to poke holes in the No Jumper success facade and to be able to say your days are numbered. Your platform that you've built up over the last 10 years is doomed. And actually, people are going to stop watching your platform and they're going to start watching me and my 3 friends in this basement. You are done, 22. And to all that, all I got to say, kiss my ass! Kiss it! Each and every one of you, kiss it! Pucker up, plant those lips right on my dirty asshole that I don't even oftentimes wipe to completion. Sometimes I still leave a little bit of that downtown Judy Brown.
That duck butter. That Julie.
Kiss it. Kiss my ass.
That duck butter.
That's all I gotta say. Actually, I would not like to send those words. Those words are not going off out to the victims, because to the victims, my heart actually goes out to you. But I mean, myself, I don't know a lot about what happened in this incident. This is not something that involved me in any way. This is something that took place between people who were not invited to No Jumper, and it is being trotted out and treated as if it was something that I in any way co-signed, that was in any way beneficial to my business. That is absolutely not true. The reality is that the 22ster was not there. The 22ster had gone home. These things took place outside of my building. And I to be totally real,
Why are people hanging out? You niggas don't got hoods to go to?
not a bad point. From my perspective,
What did you hanging out in Burbank for?
According to you, no, but that's another conversation.
I just heard your kid making noise and then someone handed a pack of cigarettes through the door. I hope that was not your daughter passing them off.
I hope it was. Like, that's amazing if that was.
Anyway, this is my thing. Dueling narratives. There are two different narratives that you could choose to go with in this situation. And I think that there's different levels of likelihood to different situations. The situation that is more beneficial to one Luce Cannon, the side of the story that you might want to believe if you were Luce or somebody who's speaking on behalf of Luce, is the idea that people came to No Jumper unexpectedly, uninvited, and they got handled. Now, that story would be somewhat understandable.
Sounds good.
This location ain't just everything.
That basically makes it seem as if that is the case. And I very much resent it. And, you know, if this was a situation where people just showed up talking shit, trying to fight, and Luce Cannon did what he did to them, then I would be thinking of this very differently. I am under the assumption that that's not the case. I'm under the assumption.
There's no way possible.
Doesn't seem like it.
Unless somebody was sharing their location with this dude. Like, come on, you have to. It's so many.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way possible that they that spot on. Like, we just gonna go to No Jumper today.
Just randomly at this time. that was realistically like kind of the perfect time for them to show up if they wanted to get in some bullshit, because we had just finished the podcast. It's kind of winding down. No, Forrest was long gone at this point.
Oh, yeah, because I'm like, the only thing that you can say is like, oh, I was coming to see 4 extras and I ran into Luce Cannon. Like, if you were, because that's the only person that was on Instagram.
He had been gone for 3 hours.
You get what I'm saying? No, I'm just saying the only person that you knew was in the building that day outside of the regulars was 4 extras. That's all I was saying. You wouldn't know anybody else.
Definitely. And, yeah, I just like am super not appreciative of this. It's just we're having to clamp down a lot in terms of the number of people that are coming here at any given time. All of a sudden, it's like we've just been a little bit too lax early on with this building. We were really, really strict about everybody coming in, only being able to bring like 2 people with them or whatever. And as time has gone by, certain people have been given, you know, a longer leash in the sense that they're like allowed to pull up with more people and everything. And I think we really saw the downside of that the other day, because some shit happened that in no way involved us. And yes, you guys can probably tell, yes, I have spoke to my lawyers, and they've been very good in making me feel confident that there is no real case against us, given that nobody who works at No Jumper had anything to do with this. It didn't happen inside our building. It happened outside of our building. I think like really we're just kind of waiting to see, will there be a police report filed? Because from what I'm hearing, the dudes who seemingly were assaulted are gang members. Now,
no, one's supposed to be a preacher.
And we've heard that as well. But either way, from my perspective, gang members usually don't call the cops on other gang members. You're rolling your eyes?
Since when? That's what you think. Like, that shit is like crazy. I've seen him call for less.
I mean, it is frowned upon,
whooping,
though, right?
he might not, but his name is Jay Reed. Do you know who Jay Reed is?
No.
You ever watched the movie In Too Deep?
No.
It's
the LL Cool J?
Yeah, Jay Reed's the dude, the undercover cop that was
That's
the same name.
You think his parents named him after this guy, or is it a coincidence?
No, to even meet up with somebody here or around these premises. You get what I'm saying? We weren't involved in no way, shape, or form, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to put him out there either.
Yeah,
it is what it is. I know
he
he detached himself from the situation, but at the end of the day, Luce Cannon can't even speak a whole sentence without that nigga butting in. You think he can make a decision without him butting in?
To me, Wack seemed surprised by the fact that anything happened. I don't think that Wack would co-sign somebody being set up at No Jumper, regardless of the fact that Wack is not a formal No Jumper employee. I don't think I've always seen him seem interested in keeping a sense of order here.
I don't was trying to book a booker.
Honestly, that would have been a crazy addition. And I think anybody who's seen the video kind of thought that at a certain point, like, oh, are they about to put fingers in this guy's ass?
What do you think happened when the camera cut off, bro? That's straight buka.
I don't think that happened. I think
nah.
you're going to be the next victim at this rate.
Wack told him, no, Luce, you can't do that. He was probably like, I'm about to dig at his ass. I got some peanut butter. You know you keep the peanut butter on you.
Nah, honestly, like at the end of the day, like you said, like the role employee is a very loose term, especially, no pun intended, when most people that even come to No Jumper, if they're getting paid, it's most likely not necessarily an employee. It's people that are working with you. So there's like different dynamics there. So, you know.
Yeah, either way. From my perspective, I consider it just super disrespectful and shitty that this in any way took place at our building. Realistically, this is the thing that pissed me off about it, is the fact that people always want to put out this bullshit narrative about No Jumper and say that this is a gang hangout, that there is violence taking place all the time, when in reality, how many times has that actually happened? There's been a situation or two where people who didn't like each other saw each other and it was handled relatively quickly. There was the situation, obviously, with Kelpie and Suspect. That was sus.
That shit, no.
That's not gang violence either.
Right, that was pimp on pimp violence. But either way,
it's safe enough for me to bring my kids up here.
Exactly.
So even listening to what Brick Baby was saying, and it makes a lot of sense, that Wack 100 would have had to give the okay for the meetup, for Loose Cannon to do what he did, all types of things. But the crazy thing about it is, when Loose started doing what he was doing, Wack 100, in the video, you could see him stepping back, saying, no, Loose, not like that, or not, don't do that, or something like that. He basically taking himself out the equation of having the finger pointed at him. But yeah, it's crazy. So, this is what Luce had to say, y'all.
Listen, I know y'all thinking about the footage that's going around, what happened at No Jumper. Y'all have to understand this, right? I don't run fake plays. I don't run the imaginary content that y'all be thinking that somebody's gonna just run and try to set somebody up and pay somebody to take a whooping. It don't work like that with me. I'm raw, I'm authentic. I'm real. I am sometimes too real. See, when y'all be cloud chasing and acting like y'all really want a problem, I'm gonna give it to you. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna give it to you. Sweetie! Sweetie! This is what happens when people clout chase. So let's go from the beginning. We were doing the Adam and Wack show. Adam is leaving the building. Adam FaceTime Wack. Hey, Wack, it's two people that's, wandering around the parking lot. You know who they are. And Wack was like, no, I don't know who they are. So I'm like, oh, I don't know, but let me go out and holler at them. So I walk out, right? I walk out with the dude, and he was like, man, I got a problem with Wack. I'm like, you got a problem with Wack about what? Yeah, I just got a problem with him. I'm like, you do? So I called Wack over there. Wack, come over here. Dude was like, man, you running this type of content and stuff like that. And Wack was like, what content? Wack pulled out his phone. Once Wack pulled out the phone, he was like, oh, this content? And then the dude was like, everything is not content. I said, you right. So, y'all see the results. smack. Let's get to it, right? So, how far do y'all expect me to go if somebody's cloud chasing? I want to really understand this, right? Understand your mental, right? Because if me and Wack was on the other foot, y'all be saying, oh, this is what they get. This is what they got. They cloud chasing. They thought they was untouchable and stuff. But then when it goes the way it's going to go, oh, it's fake. It's a fake play. This is fake. How? Why? Because y'all wouldn't have the heart to do it? Or y'all not like this? And y'all expect nobody else to be like... Listen, bro. I told you, I was big useless enforcer. I kept him safe. I kept a lot of people safe. Dead homies, like, I don't seem like I'm the toughest. Y'all be saying like, he don't look like a killer, but what a killer look like? Because I stand on everything I say. Because I'm not a marshmallow, sugar plum, soft sugar cookie, mayonnaise, yogurt, cottage cheese. Soft. This is what they are. They are Hawaiian rolls. Soft. They not like that. A peeled banana. Soft. A peeled orange. Soft. See, it be make-believe with them. So I'm going to show you a little clip. But you have to really understand, I can't show you everything because everything is not meant to show. But it shows you enough to let y'all understand, keep playing with me. Keep playing with Wack. Keep playing with 600. Listen, we don't play around. We move militant. We don't move like how y'all move. What you thinking, like, oh, you gonna have 5, 10 people? No, I'm gonna have 30, 40, 50 all the time. You want to hit a fade? I'm gonna give you that. I love to fight. I'm gonna give you the head of fade. After I knock you out, then don't be mad when the homies pounce. When we see sheep, we're gonna pounce. So why y'all get mad? This is an example of stop cloud chasing. This is not what you want. I can't help it if I'm the realest in LA on the West Coast. I can't help that. And what I preach is real. What, you mad at me? Oh, you thought I was a buster? I'm gonna turn down something? I ain't turning down nothing. That's why you see me wear t-shirts. Dead homies. We ain't gonna do this, this fairy tale stuff and like make believe and y'all thinking that, yeah, like y'all, these YouTubers get it messed up. I'm not one of them. Sorry, sweetheart. I'm not you. Y'all always be acting like, There's no going, I'm not going for it. It could have went a lot worse. But it didn't. So, sweetie! Here y'all go.